Welcome back to the floor of the CME Group here, Friday, December 17th. I'm Jeff Kilberg, better known in these parts as Killer. I'm from Treasury Curve. Treasury Curve is an institutional money market portal. We assist firms in their overnight cash management. Let's get into the trade. Let's get into the CMZ zone. A lot of hot topics today. Quadruple witching, always a big day, always a concern. A little nervous on the open, a little nervous on the close. Moody downgrade of Ireland. They didn't downgrade it one notch. They didn't downgrade it two notches. 5 notches down. That was disheartening and put a lot of people, actually the British pound kind of leaped out to the downside initially. It was getting crushed, and really the euro currency, now it's come off here, but it had a wide range. I'll talk about that in a moment here. 4 out of the last 5 days, trading days, we've had up days. It's a consistent, Santa Claus is here. We have this 0.5% in the S&P to 1% every day uptick. So is there some vulnerability in the market right now? Yes. Every day we have an uptick, there's possibility of downside, but it's kind of stuck in this 1234 up to 1240 cap. I'm thinking, what is the catalyst? Is there a downside catalyst? There's an upside catalyst, but I'm watching the TV this morning, and all of a sudden they show a clip of this big brawl in the Ukrainian parliament. I mean, just haymakers coming from everywhere. So there is frustration, there is distress over in the Ukraine, and I think that kind of represents the sentiment over in Europe. So be mindful of the euro currency today. Let's get into the trade, the treasuries. A wild trade as of late. I talked about that dead cat bounce yesterday. We saw it, 2 full points on the 30-year. That low of 118.22, we had made overnight high of 120.23. The 10-year, they had a nice bounce as well, low of 118.17 up to 120 even and a half. I think I've talked before about this HFT squeeze, this high frequency trading squeeze. It's an alligator, they chomp you, they roll you, they put you in the death roll. I think we saw that a little bit yesterday, but a little different technique. It's called the Anaconda. They sneak around your neck and they squeeze your neck. So that was the last kind of squeeze out, boom, and now the treasuries pop a little bit. So be mindful of those situations there. It's going to be a crazy day, but it's all looking towards the S&P. The S&P, that 1234 to 1240 has been great. That 1240 in the March contract has been a great cap for us. 1234 underneath there to the downside, maybe there's some retracement. But right now with quadruple witching, maybe there's going to play in between. So watch the volume here. Be mindful of those 2 spots here. I think the weekly pivot is coming in at 1228.75, and underneath, all bets are off at 1211. On the upside, we have that 12.45 and 1254, but until we, penetrate that 34 level, it's been impermeable. It really has. So until we penetrate 34, it's not even worth conversation. Let's go over to Europe again. 132.65. What a great pivot. This has been a weekly pivot here. We have been playing. It's been, range bound from 132 to 134. The high overnight, they really got above that pivot and just screamed and took them up to 133.58. Went above that 100-day. That 100-day moving average coming at 133.45. Off all this information, the Moody's downgrade, they slammed them. The British pound was leading the way, and the currency kind of caught up, has made some new lows here. Went right down. Currently, it just came off the 200-day moving average. The low was 131.29. That 200-day is coming at 131.24. I can't remember the last time in the euro currency the 100-day moving average was violated as well as the 200-day was violated. So be mindful of that. If it gets underneath there could be some movement because we have been really, really coiled in there. I think the street wants to see that down to where the street wants to see the upside, but that volatility and price action is what, as a trader, we want. I think in conclusion here today, we have quadruple witching. Watch your levels. Be careful of that. I want to thank all the listeners. We had a great conversation yesterday about the commercial paper, and I thank you for your input. It was very, more the better, please. And if you didn't see it yesterday, go back to yesterday. There's actually a link right here. You can hop on and check out the commercial paper issue we've talked about. Thank you. I'm the Killer from the floor of the CME Group. Remember, be the hammer, not the nail.